In the spring of 1862, an unassuming recruit enlisted in the Union Army under the name Lyons Wakeman. Among the countless faces in the chaos of the Civil War, this soldier harbored a secret. Lyons Wakeman wasn't a man at all, he was a she. Behind the uniform stood Sarah Rosetta Wakeman, a woman committed to serving in a male-dominated struggle. The truth of her identity remained hidden for decades, eventually revealing a remarkable narrative of duty, resilience, and quiet heroism in America's bloodiest conflict. Before exploring Sarah's journey, we invite you to hit the like button and subscribe for more stories of unsung figures and the surprising events that shaped our world. Each comment or share helps bring these hidden accounts to light, reminding us how personal determination can alter the course of history. Sarah was born on January 16, 1843, in Afton, New York, part of a devout, hard-working family of 9 children. Farming in mid-19th century America was laborious and far from lucrative. Even modest survival was an accomplishment. As she neared her 20s, Sarah sought relief from her family's financial hardship. Then came the eruption of the Civil War in 1861. Throughout the North, recruiters offered bounties to men who enlisted in the Union cause. Women had far fewer economic opportunities, yet the promise of regular pay in the army grew tempting, especially for someone bold enough to defy convention. In August 1862, Sarah disguised herself as a man and joined the 153rd New York State Volunteers under the alias Lyons Wakeman. At just around 5 feet tall, she didn't stand out among soldiers, who came in all shapes and sizes. Union recruiters rarely performed thorough medical exams. What mattered was a recruit's ability to carry a musket and withstand the rigors of camp. Sarah's reasons were never explicitly spelled out, but her letters suggest financial need and the promise of meaningful work contributed to her decision. Once enlisted, she sent much of her bounty and wages home to assist her struggling family. Military camps tested every recruit's will. Marches in mud and heat, rations of hardtack and salted meat, disease lurking in cramped tents. Each day demanded discipline and grit. Sarah had an additional layer of stress, preserving her male persona. She kept conversations short, withheld personal details, and focused on performing her duties well. Fellow soldiers accepted Private Wakeman so long as the tasks were done without complaint. Despite the relentless challenges, her letters exuded a sense of pride in contributing to a cause bigger than herself. During downtime, soldiers gathered around campfires, playing cards, singing patriotic songs, or writing letters. These social moments could be tricky for Sarah, who needed to maintain her disguise. Still, the sense of camaraderie offered a reprieve from daily tedium. Soldiers in the 153rd spent time on guard duty and routine chores before transitioning to active zones. The war constantly shifted, and entire regiments could be reassigned at short notice. In these movements, Sarah likely witnessed her first real combat, an overwhelming onslaught of noise, smoke, and fear. She survived the experience, pushing forward as a loyal member of her unit. By 1864, Sarah's regiment was deployed to the Western Theater for the Red River Campaign in Louisiana, a Union operation fraught with logistical mishaps and brutal environmental conditions. The heat, insects, and swamps proved formidable, and diseases like dysentery and malaria spread rapidly. Soldiers marched long distances, short on clean water, and sometimes forced to fight in ill-fated battles. Amid skirmishes and artillery exchanges, Sarah remained steadfast, though her body began showing signs of strain. During the Battle of Pleasant Hill, part of this campaign, the 153rd faced fierce combat. While the Union forces had moments of tactical success, the overall operation faltered. Sarah's health deteriorated under the grueling marches, oppressive heat, and constant threat of enemy fire. Stricken with severe diarrhea, one of the most common Civil War ailments, she could no longer keep up with her unit and was admitted to a military hospital in New Orleans. Even in her weakened state, Private Lyons Wakeman managed to safeguard her identity. The hospital, though marginally better than the battle lines, still had rudimentary treatments and inadequate sanitation. Her illness worsened. In June 1864, she died, never revealing her true name. Official records identified her as Private Wakeman, and she was buried under that alias in Chalmette National Cemetery. Notice of her death eventually reached her family, but no one realized the full story until decades later, when her letters resurfaced. These letters provided a rare glimpse into the mind of a woman who fought disguised in the Union ranks. Preserved across generations, they detail her motivations, financial, familial, and patriotic, and chronicle the hardships of military life. It wasn't until historians examined these letters that Sarah's true gender and name came to light. Like several other documented women, soldiers in both the Union and Confederate forces, she risked rejection or punishment had her secret been uncovered. Instead, she died officially recognized as a male soldier, proving she met the same standards as her comrades, if not higher. Her family and later scholars recognized the significance of her remarkable journey, shedding light on women's roles in the Civil War that many textbooks glossed over or ignored entirely. Sarah's story resonates powerfully today, reminding us that determination and courage often flourish behind seemingly ordinary facades. Her example stands as an essential piece of Civil War history, highlighting the overlooked contributions of women who challenged 19th century norms. The letters she left behind speak of resilience, a longing for home, and acceptance of sacrifice as part of a greater mission. Their straightforward language carries an undercurrent of pride and responsibility that belies the intense personal risk she undertook. Her headstone at Chalmette still bears the name Lyons Wakeman, a lasting tribute to the identity she wore to serve her country. That small marble marker hints at a secret she safeguarded to the very end, a secret now celebrated for its audacity and for broadening our understanding of who fought and why. Though Sarah might not have received recognition in her own lifetime, her story is now emblematic of the many hidden figures who stepped forward when war threatened to tear the United States apart. Thank you for journeying through the life of Sarah Rosetta Wakeman with us. If her saga inspires you, consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing her story with fellow history enthusiasts. Through every retelling, we honor her bravery and that of countless others who stepped beyond societal boundaries to defend a cause. From a small farm in upstate New York to the battle-scarred fields of Louisiana, Sarah's path remains a powerful testament to how far individuals will go for duty, survival, and the promise of something larger than themselves.